Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of Bible Illustrated Hands. You'll notice a slight change in scenery. I've gone with my family to our mountain home. Well, it's not technically ours, it's 1/3 ours because it's split among 3 families. Long story short, I'm here for the weekend. This is my room at the moment. It is one of my favorite places in the world. I mean, this house on Zlatibor Mountain. Oh, and check out this neat strawberry candle stand, which is simply perfect for recording this, and I might just as well take it home because it's so easier to record like this. Anyway, today's question is regarding lust and pride, and it is it is one of those things that a lot of people practically struggle with. The question is this: how do we avoid lust and pride simultaneously? Well, I don't know. If you find out, let me know. Okay, well, I'll tell you what I know, but have in mind that my practical application of what I'm about to say is lacking, because, I'm a hefty guy, I weigh a ton, and despite the fact that I know how to lose weight, I don't apply it. And in like manner, I'm going to tell you the things that I'm about to say, only because I know them, but, because I'm so lazy, my practical application isn't perfect, but maybe you will have much more luck with it than I did. So, how do we avoid lust and pride simultaneously? Well, first of all, a couple of reasons. There's something that I have been quoting from St. John Cassian quite a lot, and if you guys have been subscribed to my channel for some time, you'll probably know what I will say, and that is that we are practically given lust so that we wouldn't fall into pride, because nothing reminds us of our humanity as much as lust, and otherwise we would all perish because of because of pride, and that is, not a very pretty sight. That's one thing. Second of all, as St. Gregory the Great tells us, sometimes passions fight each other, and that causes our holiness. And he mentions an example of a young man who might, out of pride, resist a lustful temptation because it will be improper of him as a Christian, and in the case of this young man who's holding a certain church office, that it wouldn't be fit for him to fall into lust. So in that way, lust can work, to destroy us, but they can also undermine each other. For example, I might not eat as much food because I'm greedy, or I might learn how to be generous because I'm wasting so much money on food as it is, So it's funny how things work. Now, Saint Nicodemus of the Holy Mountain, he has a book called The Unseen Warfare. It is actually just, a Catholic spiritual manual, but that was sort of edited to be more fit for Orthodox audiences. Not much was removed, and even when I didn't know its background, I sort of felt that it was a Catholic book. Anyway, in that manual, Unseen Warfare, it is said that usually when we fall, especially in sexual sins, we usually tend to think like, oh, how could this have happened to me? And that is the ultimate pride, because we assume ourselves to be so holy that we think ourselves to be immune to temptation, to sins, and so on. But the Lord permits the fall in order to get some sense into us, because we like sense. If you can resist sexual temptations and so on, I think that that gospel saying is the most powerful tool in acquiring humility, and that is when Christ essentially tells the apostles that whenever they do something good, or in this case, let us contextualize, something that would cause them to feel pride, we only need to say we are unneeded servants because we only did what we were commanded. If you feel pride because you have defeated a sexual temptation, remember that you were only doing what you were supposed to. You did nothing great. And furthermore, it wasn't you who defeated it. It was Christ. It was His grace. It was by the grace of the Holy Spirit that you managed to overcome that temptation. It wasn't you. My final thought on this is that it will get better. As you grow older, you will unwind as regards to pride, because you will get used to failing all the time, and once you do, you will get better at not feeling prideful when you defeat lust. So just give it time, because it is a very rare that God, causes instant transformation of our heart. It is just, with small little increments. God, take my heart of stone and grant me a heart of flesh, and if it's your will, grant me in due time a heart of fire. Amen.